Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emily Castro. We're here today with Mr. Craig Wolson, President of Wolson Consulting Group, today at the 2025 Future of Deal-Making Summit hosted by the M&A Advisor. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Wolson.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been focusing on lately at Wolson Consulting Group?
Absolutely. I am an attorney by background. For many years, I did a lot of M&A jobs, assignments, also a lot of corporate contracts of all kinds, joint ventures, securities offerings, both public offerings and private placements, structured finance, securitization, secured loans of all kinds, interest rate swaps, credit default swaps, and interest rate swaps in particular. But since I'm here, obviously, I'm focusing on the M&A aspects. I do still practice law, but what I spend more of my time doing these days is acting as an expert witness and consultant, both to transactional attorneys and to litigators. The word consultant means a lot of different things, a lot of different contexts. What it means in my case is I help lawyers, both the transactional lawyers and litigators, fill in the gaps of their knowledge in the areas that I just mentioned that I have specialized in over the years. A lot of times lawyers will take on transactions or litigations that they don't particularly know a lot about, or they don't feel comfortable doing, but they don't want to lose the client on the one hand, and they don't want to get hit with a malpractice suit either. So they bring me in to kind of look over their shoulder and hold their hand, figuratively speaking, tell them, here's what you need to know, here are the questions you should ask, here are the documents you should ask for. A lot of times the documents are very long and complicated and difficult to understand, so I help them figure out what they mean, what the parties probably had in mind at the time they entered into it, what was going on in the markets at the time they entered into those things, and that sort of thing. And if in the case of a litigator, if they ask me to be an expert witness in their case, I do that as well. I also, though, act as a finder. One of the things I'm pushing these days, which I might as well as kind of representative of what things I do, since you asked, I'm helping a client based in Dallas who has set up a company specifically geared to help poor people who cannot afford internet service and or cell phone service to do that. So I'm helping them find investors, both lenders as well as equity investors, to help them get this thing going. It's not really a startup because the founder and CEO has been in the telecom business for over 30 years. Most of his executive team have been involved in the telecom industry years and years. We also have, I guess I could mention the name of Reliance Industries, the major Indian telecom company, with several $100 billion, acting as a strategic partner with us, putting in money of their own. They're also guaranteeing loans, and they want to replicate their success in the United States, success they had in India, here in the United States, and they're using us as the conduit to do that. So I guess that's one of the things I'm pushing right now, but also gives an example of the kind of things I do as president of the Wolson Consulting Group.
Well, it sounds like you're wearing a lot of hats.
I do, and sometimes they sort of overlap, actually, but I do.
I can see that. And so where do you see the next wave of growth coming from in your area of focus?
In my area, probably, one of the reasons I'm here is because I see a lot of growth in M&A. In fact, even law firms for the first time seem to be merging left and right these days. Big firms that you would never have thought of be merging with somebody else are now in the process of merging with other big firms, just getting bigger and bigger. But there are plenty of other non-law firms, corporations of all kinds that seem to be merging or acquiring companies, and so I expect to get a lot of business in those areas, and hopefully a lot of business in those areas, either from a legal standpoint or if people want me to look over their shoulder as a consultant. I've said before, I've done a lot of M&A work, and so Hopefully, I'll get a lot of lawyers coming to me asking me, well, how do I do? How do I do diligence? How do I make sure this deal is done right? Because again, I mean, a lot of lawyers unfortunately get involved with things that they don't understand that well, but don't want to get hit with a malpractice suit, so bring me in.
No.
Other areas, I mean, I did a lot of structured finance work back in the day when it was really hot. Between 2005 and 2008 in particular, all kinds of deals are being put together. Unfortunately, they moved too fast. There were a lot of bad apples involved on all aspects of things, and people lost a lot of money. There were a lot of lawsuits brought, and for a while I thought that industry was going to disappear. It hasn't. It's come back bigger than ever. But because it's come back bigger than ever, I suspect there's always going to be fraud. There's always going to be securities offerings where the offerors didn't tell the investors everything they needed to know, that it was material, is the term of art in the securities world. I expect to see a lot more litigation coming up in that area from people who bought those things and losing money, and I expect and hope that once again I'll be brought in again as an expert witness and a consultant to help various lawyers get involved with those kind of cases. So I guess those are the two main areas that I see as growth areas in my area of practice and work.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for all of that insight into the world of consulting.
It's my pleasure.
We appreciate having you here.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you again for being
Pleasure
here.
to be here.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking this time.
Thank you for tuning into M&A TV. If this episode enhanced your strategic outlook, please like, subscribe, and share it with your network. For more critical insights and high-level interviews, follow us on all our socials and visit our hub at www.maadvisor.com. I'm Roger Argonaldo, and we'll see you next time right here on M&A TV, the definitive voice of dealmakers.